I see the red.
All right, and here we are. What's on the Slate podcast here, and we're live. We're not live.
Oh, then why
I
do
forgot
it?
to fix it.
Then why do it then?
Live with Roger Lodge.
We're recording.
Hold on.
Holding.
Hold.
We are good.
Holding.
We are live from the Jack in the Box studio. It's the Sports Lodge with Roger Lodge. No, I'm just kidding. That was a really good take, though. It was really fun. But okay,
Yeah.
we're here now today, and today's a cool topic because it's
How cool is it?
very cool.
Very
It's a very
cool.
cool topic.
It's very cool. I'm
It
chilly.
is a topic that, I'm pretty sure it's covered by a lot of people, but ours is going to be, a different take because there's a lot of people here that is really good in the topic. But it's how to make
Yeah.
a short film.
Wow.
We're going to go through everything, from like the start, pre-production, production, scouting, everything,
Wow.
The budget, the shooting schedule, the crew, the equipment, there's so many, and, post-production, BTS, marketing,
Wow.
everything. Okay.
Wow.
amazing.
So, yeah.
Amazing.
We're
You're
gonna-
serious.
Oh, fuck.
What?
I forgot my mug. I'll be back.
Oh,
Why?
okay. What?
Ronnie, why?
I'm sorry.
Hurry up. This is your only break. Hurry up. Only break.
sorry,
You're
sorry.
literally doing this right now. We're gonna have a cut. We're gonna have a magical cut that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
A magical cut that will be there, and
Dude, we
literally
started
forgot-
taking.
yeah,
and he forgot his
who
freaking mug.
forgets a
Like,
mug?
mine's right here.
Fucking
And
wow.
I have my mug. You,
Look,
Oh, what the hell?
I have my water right here.
Oh, see,
It sounded like something fell.
well, we don't want to spill water on this. Can you put that down? The Gatorade.
Coaster got stuck on the cup.
How long has that cup been there?
This is an
Wait,
avatar.
What the fuck?
Who the?
What the?
Yummy water.
Wait.
Wait, Victor.
Hey Vic, who's this?
Who is this guy with Ronnie's mug?
He's sipping up a Ronnie's mug.
That's Ronnie's mug. That's Ronnie's mug.
What the hell?
I am Ronnie.
Oh,
What is happening
Ronnie,
right now?
what?
Okay, guys. I don't know. I'm just
You
kidding.
don't look like him.
Hey, oh my god.
What did you say?
You don't look like Ronnie.
He just blinded us. Okay. So
Wow, yeah.
and you're wearing La Lava Santal 33.
How did you know?
I can smell you.
can
So
smell
this
it
is
when I
you,
walk.
you can move the mic closer if you want. Like
There you
push
go.
it.
Yeah, you can move it.
Okay, no,
pull it,
it's
pull
good
it,
right
Pull
there.
it towards
Okay.
you.
Pull it close. Do that again. Do that again for me, Victor.
What?
Pull it closer to me.
Oh my god. Okay, well this is new. No, I'm just kidding. It's not new. This
How's it going,
is
fellas?
you know who this is, guys. We talked about him in a podcast.
Yeah.
Can anyone guess who this is?
Yeah, who is that?
Guess right now.
Guess
Guess
right now. Text right now.
Chat. What are you? Chat.
We have a live
This
chat.
is
Hey, I'm
No.
getting the chat. First one it says Alex Morper. It is not.
no,
Next one, next one. Next one.
No, that-
Andrew
I don't think-
I don't have
Carletto.
the stash.
No.
And
I don't have the hair.
Don Tula 17 said Steven Ramos. Don Tula.
Hello, everyone.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Why?
Okay.
Sit down.
I was just standing.
You know, I'm a big fan, guys. I may be some say your number one fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's watched every episode. Have you watched every episode?
You
Nope.
better watch it now.
So Steven Ramos, we talked about him in the other podcasts. He is he is one of the people we've met, and Victor recruited him.
What was that?
He hit the damn
Careful.
mic
We have a lot
stand.
of mic
That's my
issues.
soundboard.
A newbie.
Yeah. Soundboard.
I recruited him when he was small and he
Like-
was novice.
He's like 5 years old, I think.
Yeah.
I was only 5.
5 years old.
But he had a lot of promise and a lot
And
of potential.
and he's our guest
Use
today.
the coaster, please.
Oh, yeah,
Coaster. Coaster.
It's not cold. I just poured my drink into it.
Oh.
oh.
Anyways, he is our guest star today, and he's going to be helping us talk about how to make a short film. So, Steven, tell a little bit about yourself. Tell us, school.
Talk to me.
When you graduated from high school. Tell us about like how you got into film.
Okay. So I started film in 8th grade with my buddy Luke. We both started just taking the class assignment serious whenever they were like, make a video about this. So we would write a whole script and we'd get really into it. And we ended up loving it because we were able to, hang out with their friends and do something fun.
What class was this?
This was in 8th grade, just like science classes or whatever they would have us do.
nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
any class.
Yeah.
video
So it wasn't
project.
even a film class.
no,
you
no,
just,
no, dude,
okay,
no.
cool.
And then going into high school, we started hearing about this AOHSD film festival. And so when that came around, we were like, oh, this sounds fun. We'll write our own script. And we took it super serious and we went all in. I feel like our freshman year, we had a huge production plan and we had started filming it, and then like we built sets and everything, and then COVID hit.
Oh, dude,
wow.
no.
And so that never came to be. Like we had filmed things and just COVID hit and there was no film festival that year. But then we came back sophomore year and we were like, we got to put everything we have into it. And so from then on, every year since, we had won best short film, best picture for those for that competition.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and
cool.
Just stop him there. Senior year, him, Luke, and Cade swept 17 of the 25 awards at that festival. Just
Yeah?
them three. With
So-
editing,
Wow.
sound
Good
design,
job.
best picture, director, writer, all of it between those three cats. So
Steven's a
That
clutch.
makes sense.
very talented
Yeah, look at
guys.
him now. Look at him now.
Yeah.
And,
Look at me now.
even more excited, they worked on the bookie before achieving those accolades. The end of their junior year, they came and they started working on independent films, independent short films. So that they've been so hungry and so active and so talented at a young age because they wanted it bad.
Yeah.
You.
Hell
Sorry,
yeah.
Steven, keep
And
going.
now I'm on What's on the Slate podcast.
What's on the Slate
There you go.
podcast?
Yep.
And Steven, so you're now working as a
Oh yeah, in the industry. After I graduated high school in 23, the district picked me up to do photo video like Ronnie. So
Nice.
Ronnie's my coworker.
Oh, cool.
But then on top of that, I am a gaffer for a production company, and I picked that up in my second year of college at Long Beach State. And after that, I just decided I don't need school anymore because I kept getting a bunch of other gigs. So I've gaffed for 2 seasons of a show, 2 shows on Tubi. And I just came off of a feature, my first feature that I gaffed for Tubi.
Nice.
We ended that. We wrapped production 2 days ago. So that it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot more
Tell us,
than I
tell us.
would in college.
it happens.
yeah.
Yeah, practice. Practice
You're
does
in
that.
the actual environment. You're actually learning on the
You
job.
just thrown
for
in
sure.
there.
Yeah,
You know?
I was thrown in, and kind of fake it till you make it. And now I feel like I know what I know what it takes to make those things. And so
That's amazing,
this
Steven.
year's gonna be big.
I love that.
Got a
I
lot
love
on the
that a
slate.
lot.
Oh.
On the slate, and you're gonna come back and tell us, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I mean, that I just want the audience to know who Steven is and like what's his background. So now you know. And now we could get into like the core of this this episode, which is how to make a short film.
How do you do that?
You don't know?
I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God, guys,
Actually, wait.
Nobody knows.
No.
No.
How are we gonna do this
I
podcast?
think Victor's looking it up right now.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
looking it
yeah.
up.
Oh, there you go.
Are you?
He's ChatGPT.
Yeah,
Chat
and
GPT?
it tells me that Steven knows how to.
What? Okay,
Oh.
Steven. Question:
Yes.
what's the first thing you ought to know for your short film?
What's the first thing I gotta know
First thing you gotta know. What's the first step?
in making a short film?
Yeah,
Having an idea.
Yeah.
that is a really good idea. You know,
You gotta have an idea. You can't. It'll make or break
It's-
your film.
it's not.
Yep.
You know, the idea
A
gotta
good
be
idea.
solid. Yeah, no,
Mhm.
it's true. That's the first thing. And we all of us here have written, directed our shorts. We all have our hand in the cookie jar here in this room. When Ronnie
is
was
true.
here before he
That
left,
is true.
there is 10 plus short films on this film in this room that we've made collaborate, and that does not include feature docs. I'm just talking about like in short films in general.
True short.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, let me ask you, Steven. How many films did you and Luke and the group make?
Oh yeah, how many?
In
I'd have been over
Can you
a
even
dozen.
count?
as of now?
As of now,
Yeah.
How many
like short films.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Right.
But,
Or it's like just an
Even in
estimate.
high school, there's got to be at least like 7 of them, 8 of
Right.
them.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
10 plus?
I think high school alone already 10,
Yeah.
and then
That's
in college
crazy.
we kind of started doing like quality over quantity, and so
Of
it would
course.
take like at least 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah.
So we want to share our advice and ideas of how to approach it, because everyone has their different ways to approach a short, and I think it all starts with the idea, like you said, and let's start with that, like pre-production. So that is our first timeline of events, pre-production, and it starts with your idea, and obviously once you outline it, and then you start with the Dan Harmon circle too.
Yeah.
That's a great thing by Studio Binder. I love that
Yeah.
circle. I've used it every short film now, and it helps me a lot. Is there anything different you guys do with your pre-production here besides the Dan Harmon? Is there something else that you go into depth with your pre-production?
Well, I think the brain dump is also in between the Dan Harmon and the
Yeah.
idea, because all you gotta do is bullet this character, this happens, that happens. It can be any story, and sometimes it's not cohesive.
Mhm.
Then you go into the Dan Harmon circle, see if all these bullets can file in and where you mix and match.
Yep.
And that's where I think even I remember the tape man, Steven and Miguel and all of us were working on it.
Mm.
Yep.
Nate had every component, but Miguel helped shuffle a few things around to different
Yeah,
scenes.
yeah.
Because the components were there, they just weren't in the right Dan Harmon
Yes.
order with a flow. And I remember Miguel and Nate did like 20 panels of notes, and they were
Yeah.
just moving stuff
I
around.
remember
Can we
that.
talk about that real quick?
Yeah.
So, and everyone,
Yeah,
feel
talk
free
about
to
it.
chime
Let's
in.
talk about it.
Because pre-production is so fun because the idea starts and then it's like, how do you actually go about compiling your thoughts like on paper or typing it in or whatever? With Nate, when we did Tape Man, it was fun because Nate had already kind of written a first draft, and then I stepped in just because I felt like Nate had a really good structure to go off of. But then it was like, oh, I find this story fascinating. I want to try to just chip in and try to help execute it as closely to what Nate wants. And we utilized note cards, like index cards.
Mhm.
And
Flashcards.
it's really fun.
Yeah.
Flashcards, and like that's a very like traditional
Really
way
cool.
of going about it, but it's very much like you can see the entire movie quickly. You know, like it's one thing to type things up and having a list of events, but like to see how the flashcards visually showcase how a story can work. It was great because then as we were laying out how the story was in that first draft, we're like, actually, wait, maybe this part can go here, or
Yep,
maybe this
yep.
part can be taken out. And it was very much like we weren't precious. Like these flashcards are like pieces of a puzzle that we're like, okay, this probably doesn't fit. We take it out, take it there. I thought that was we haven't done that since, but I thought it was very fun because it was such a bigger short film. Like it was basically qualifying as a feature.
It's
So
45 minutes.
so like it was, we had to really lay down all of our thoughts in a way that felt organized because it's one thing to come up with the idea and the concept, but then how do you execute it? You know,
Exactly.
and then it always becomes difficult, especially if it's a bigger short film. If it's a smaller one, it's a little easier, but it's always good to like try to organize
And where
stuff.
did this idea come from, Nate? Someone killing tape, and actually he's up there. Actually, look, he's up there.
Yeah,
there you go, yeah.
The tape man. I mean, we talked about it before, but like it was kind of just like we were at In-N-Out, and I've talked about this in the EPK, but we were like literally at In-N-Out Burger
Mm-hmm.
talking about random ideas,
Talk to him.
and like there was like the idea of the Corn Man, and then like
I love him.
and the Corn Man was a
He ended up
very
becoming Don Abel.
wild
There you go.
Corn Man
concept.
became Don
The
Abel.
Corn Man became Don Abel, and then the tape man was just kind of just like, I want to do it. Like it's such a unique concept of a guy who uses tape to kill people, but he's like like in a way a vigilante almost,
Mhm.
because like he's not killing random people, he's killing people that have done harm to like kids.
It's like Clayface.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it was
yeah.
just a wild idea. We did it, and you know it was a risk because it was a lot of money to make, and it was 45 minutes. So we had like 12 shoot days.
How did you raise the money?
A Kickstarter. So I just want a Kickstarter, and that was you know don't be afraid to do it. Like market it well. You can use GoFundMe. Seed and Spark is a little bit harder, and that's another platform to raise money, and that's a big film one, but it's a little bit harder. They ask for a lot to get started on like a small short film that's like 8-10 minutes. Like they're asking for like concept videos, like it's a lot. So I just went to Kickstarter and it worked. The only downside of Kickstarter is you have to raise all the money. You can't just take out 1,000. So if you put 5,000, you have to get 5,000 by the deadline, and if you don't, then you don't get any of the money. So just be careful.
Why is that? It's kind of dumb.
That's
isn't it?
that's how Kickstarter
Stupid.
is. I think it's because they really believe on finishing your goal, and it's just kind of a motivation for you
Can
to
you
really
extend
push
the
it.
deadline or no?
No. So it's like you just got to
That
do
is
it.
So dumb.
You
I've
know,
never used
so
any
dumb.
of those sites for my films.
Hey, you just got money. He got money, guys.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
How do you fund it?
How do you fund it?
Yeah.
A lot of favors, and I feel like having a good community around you
Yes.
Yeah.
That
is
is
the
good.
biggest thing ever. Because you can compile equipment amongst everyone's equipment and supply. And,
Yeah.
Labor, everyone's down to chip
labor.
in.
Oh yeah, that's a huge thing.
Only thing you're really paying, honestly, sometimes it's just the food. You got to feed everybody,
Exactly.
and that's got to
Yeah.
come from somewhere. But even now and then, like one time, our mom donated the meal. One time
Oh, yeah.
Nate
Yeah,
did, me
Steven's
or
mom
whoever.
did. She
Yeah.
made
Your
us.
mom donated
What'd you
the-
make? Carnitas?
Birria.
Birria.
Oh
She
my-
made a really good
so
birria.
good.
Mhm.
But it's true, and this goes hand in hand with pre-production because like when you're writing your script, you're making your story. You gotta think about your locations. That it comes with scouting. Like if you're gonna write a story in a liquor store, can you get a liquor store, or can you just write that location somewhere else? Does it have to be a liquor store?
Exactly.
Can you?
Yeah.
Is it a pharmacy? Like you got to think about all these things when you're writing it because that will like change your budget, right?
Yeah.
So for Tape Man, we didn't use any paid locations. We used my house. We used Luke's dad's car shop. We used a school. Like, and all
We
these
used
were
my
not
house.
his house.
It's like Steven's saying, it's like you favors, like if you know
Favors.
somebody who has a specific location,
Yep.
you're using that to your
And
advantage.
the more you plan, the cheaper your project will cost, and especially because
Yeah.
so you hear about $1 million budgets in the industry. People
Yeah.
are spending tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
All they're paying for is control.
Yep.
They just want to control the light. They want to control the setting. They don't want to have to stop for a car passing by.
Yep.
They're
Yeah.
paying for streets to close down. That's all they're paying for.
Yep.
If you plan everything in pre-production, every shot, or like every
Yeah.
detail, you can make a film. You can self-fund a feature film at
Yeah.
that point.
That's
Yeah.
what Markiplier
They're
did.
paying for
Yeah.
permits,
Markiplier with
insurance.
Iron Lung. Yeah.
Oh,
It's-
permits are
Insane.
Yeah.
And LA
Horrible.
is lowering the cost of permits because they want to bring films back.
Yeah.
But it's still very expensive. Like we're gonna go film a commercial. Everyone knows here about we're filming a commercial for an undisclosed brand. We're not gonna talk about the brand because I don't want to talk about the brand because I can't yet. Right?
You
Yeah.
cannot. You cannot.
I cannot.
No, please.
So we're gonna make a commercial, and just to get the permit to film in the desert, it's gonna cost us around, like 500
Oh
to
my
1,000 to film in the desert. Mind you, there's
Nobody there.
There's nobody there. So it's like oh my
Somebody's desert,
god,
somebody bought it.
and I like that really goes in hand with how you write it. So just like be smart with how you write your your script and really outline it. I would say the pre-production is what saves you in the long run. Like
Yeah.
the more details you have, the more you won't screw up on set.
Robert
What a load of
Rodriguez.
malarkey.
Robert Rodriguez, who's someone that you should look into. He directed Spy Kids and he directed Sin City. That guy is like really like the king of like efficient
Running gun guy.
cost saving filmmaking. Because he gives some great advice that kind of like I think we're all following. It's like, film a thing that you have access to. Like you said, if someone has access to a liquor store or a pharmacy or anything like that, just film those. But like, don't try to exceed what you're capable of filming. Because then, like you said, it costs money, and also even worse, you just don't want to do it anymore because you just don't have the flexibility to try to adapt to what you're trying to do. And so he's really great because he filmed his first feature was El Mariachi, which I recommend everybody check out. He made it when he was like 23, and he had access to like some areas in like a small town in Mexico, and he filmed all of that for like $7,000.
Damn.
Most of it went to film, the
Yeah.
actual film stock,
Yeah.
because at the time there wasn't access
Yeah.
to like quality digital cameras, so he used
That reminds me.
Even Blair Witch.
Yeah, so it's
Blur-
the thing. It's like Steven said, like all that money is for control, and it's like if you're able to try to work with the elements, right, and like kind of let certain things not be in your control, let let that actually be the thing that motivates you creatively. You
That
know,
reminds me of remember me all the bookie. I paid that guy like 150 a day or 150
for what
to
location?
the screen printing shop.
Oh yeah,
But they were willing. A company was willing to do it, and you give them a little bit of money.
mm-hmm.
It was 150, and then 100 from the one day we were outside only. So
Mm-hmm.
little things like that. Obviously, if you were gonna go through another big professional, you're paying thousands for a location.
yeah.
But they were
Yeah,
willing to
yeah.
do a mom and pop shop. Hey, on a day you're not working, you want to make some extra
Mhm.
flow.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
the
even-
Sundays where
yeah,
they weren't
yeah.
working. So
Another way is just to talk to the owner. Like if you know a liquor store, like you go to that liquor store at the time, or you go
You're
to like
regular.
the store, you're a regular. Go to the owner, and be like, hey, can I just rent out your shop for like the day? And sometimes they're cool. It's the worst they're gonna say is no. Like what are they gonna do? Call the cops? Like you're not doing anything illegal. You're literally asking
So
can I
many
rent
people
and a
out.
lot of
done
people get so
Yeah.
scared. Oh
I've
my
gotten
god,
a pizza place like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Papa
So-
John's. It was
it's-
a big chain they got too.
Yeah, so
Papa
it's
John's.
like the convenience store that you guys that
That
wasn't
too.
you, right? Was
yeah.
that you?
Yeah.
So-
Liquor store. We got a liquor store and a pizza place. I even got the cops, like a cop car and everything.
yeah.
Oh wow.
He did.
Just
So
by
I
asking
saw
and
it.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's the thing, and I think it comes down to like I guess what this would lead to like the budget and how you kind of make your budget, and like I would say the biggest thing about the budget is like your crew and like how to take care of them. So like you're gonna want to set aside money for your crafty and your lunch for the crew. I feel like that's a big part of the budget.
That's how
for
you're
sure.
paying them. If,
Yeah,
if,
that-
if you're asking for favors, that's how you're paying them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like you're gonna
absolutely.
pay them with these things, like
Yeah.
have a nice crafty and go to Costco because it's really cheap to do it at Costco.
Business center too, if you can.
Yeah.
And if you don't go to Costco, go to Walmart. If it's a small 10-person crew, Walmart's fine. But Costco makes it really cheap because you can buy like 4 packs of water and they're like $3 a pack, and it's 40 waters. And you buy a pack of Gushers, you buy a pack of chips, and like it all comes out to be like probably like 100, 150, depending on how big your crew is. And like for Dancing Lady, like I spent like 120 on crafty. So like it wasn't that bad. And then pizza. Sometimes like Miguel helped me on the pizza. Like I didn't ask him to, but he's like, I'll pay for a little bit.
What a nice, kind
So
man.
it's like sometimes your friends will just want to invest in it too because they're really a part of this.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's really like how you surround yourself with the people because they will help.
And
you
also
know?
the other little hack on that, Nate. We did 100 pieces of fried chicken for $100 from Ralph's.
Don
If
Abel.
you-
Yeah.
so sometimes you switch it up. If it's a long shoot, one day pizza, one day chicken, one day something. The only thing with chicken though, we were trying to feed them, but we were short on time, so people didn't have time to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
pizza's a quick grab and go.
Yeah.
So, but that is a nice hack. $100, 100 pieces, like that's a good deal. $1
Yeah.
a piece.
Try catering at the spots that you wouldn't think cater. You know, a lot of places do that. Like you'll find it. Just research it.
Superior,
yeah.
Ralph's, Stater Brothers, Vaughn's, those
Mhm.
kind of things. You get cheaper there than if you actually go to a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I would stay away from
Absolutely.
the pasta at restaurants because it's too much
Gets cold.
money and it gets
fast.
cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's for the budget. Like, look at your food, look at your crafty, look at if you do have locations, make sure you add that. Your costumes, like literally make a budget for like each department. So
Yeah.
like your set design department, you make sure you have a budget for them because like if you're gonna have a room and you want to have certain things in the room or like something like make sure you have a budget for them. It really depends on your department heads and what your movie is. Like if
Yeah.
you have a horror film like Dancing Lady. We had, you know what? I didn't even think I had to give him. Oh no, I did. I gave him like a couple bucks, but I think he wanted like $60, Armin, for Dancing Lady, and he wanted to make the school look abandoned. So he
Yeah.
had, black marks of sludge on the wall, and
Mhm.
just ripped off pliers, stuff like that. And that was really cheap because it was a very basic. It was a very gritty film, and we're actually gonna watch it today. The final
Ooh,
cut.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
After this, we're
Final
gonna
cut. We're gonna watch
Right.
it, so that's
Yep.
gonna be cool. But yeah, it's honestly like your film. Like how what's gonna be in it? Who's gonna be in it? Do you have a lot of people? That means you have a lot of costumes. Like Don Abel had a lot of costumes. Well, with the costume budget for that, so there's obviously a lot to look at when it comes to the budget, and it just depends on your genre of film and where you're shooting. And yeah, I mean,
Before we go to that, I want to hear if Steven has any hacks, little money cutting
Yeah.
corner
Oh,
hacks.
Yeah. Or
you
like
talk
just
about
based on
favors.
your experience. Yeah.
Apart from favors, you have little hacks.
Well, I mean, if you're making a short film, you're trying to build your portfolio. So that's the most
Yeah.
important part is like you just have to be creating. And one of the things that like I'll go into some of like the early short films that I was making, I based it off of a location that I already had known
Yeah,
that I have
Yeah.
access to.
That's smart.
Same thing I did with the bookie. I knew the screenshot,
Yeah.
and then that filter, and I got another one. But I based it around somewhere I knew I could film.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And again, you can't just write a film out of nowhere. Creativity thrives in a box. And if you give yourself that
Yeah.
box of, I have a screen printing shop or whatever, or a pizza place, I'm going to write a story around that.
Yeah.
And
Of course.
that'll save you. I mean, you're already going to know that a location is booked like from the start, from the writing.
Of course.
But money saving hacks, I mean, I feel like story is everything. So don't worry so much about, okay. Actually, I know I do have a big one. A lot of the people that like the college students now, everyone that in the community that we know here in OC, a lot of them make this mistake of they're making a short film and they feel like the more people they have on set is going to equal a better film.
Oh, that's the big one right there.
yeah,
More than
I love
you.
that one.
When you bring on 30 plus people every day for a 5-minute horror short
can you
film,
imagine?
you are,
Your food. It's gonna go to food.
Well, food, and also a lot of people are sitting around doing nothing. And are they going to want to come back onto your project after
Yeah.
feeling like they wasted their time
Absolutely.
sitting around on your set?
No.
Asking, there's like 3 people on your set asking if people need water. Like,
Yeah.
only bring on the people that you know are going to be engaged the whole time, and that's the only people. And then you can treat them better. You can buy a crafty that's probably a little bit better than Little Caesars
Right.
pizza. You can get like orders for them if you have
Yeah.
5 people on set. You can make an entire feature film with a skeleton crew. It's
Yeah,
I
it's
think
true.
so,
Yeah.
depending on the concept.
Yeah.
quality over quantity.
Yep.
And remember on your the festival you hosted?
72
Yeah.
hour.
There was us 4 or 5, and we ended up getting second. We lost
The
by 1
top
point.
3 teams had less than 10 people on their sets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
everyone else, they were teams with like 20 or more people.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
talked about that.
and we had like 4.
And that's a really good point to bring up, Steven, because like I think some people can feel intimidated by making a short, thinking
Yeah.
that they need to have that big of a
Yeah.
crew. But I think what you're
It's
saying
all
is like,
performative.
it's all performative, and then it's a great thing to bring up where it's like even like just starting from like the very bare bones level filmmaking, it's like it's just you and your iPhone, right? Like you can still make a film that way, right? And then if you want to build it up,
Right here.
you can always build it up, right?
Got
In
two
a
of 'em.
way, yeah. And so I think that's a good thing to point out is that like like making a short film can be at whatever level of budget or quality you can. You can just start with your iPhone, and then if you meet somebody through networking who ends up having a camera, you level up there, and it's done organically, which I think is a very important thing. Where through networking, you're able to start making that, and then having 20 plus people. I mean, yes, it only makes sense if the story requires it, but I think having it just because you want to say, look, how many people I have, you're making a great point. It's like there's a downfall to that. You're gonna have
100%.
And we don't want to be performative. We don't want to perform just to show we got 20 people. We want to be fucking good.
Yeah.
That's what we want. Like,
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that could lead into like a crew and like stuff because that is one of the topics I want to talk about is crew and like equipment.
Yeah.
So one thing that is important is there ever a time where there's too much equipment that you bring on a short?
all the time. I feel like I have a problem where I'm bringing everything I have and then I'm not using like 20% of the equipment. And as a gaffer, I'm always like feeling like I'm missing something. But then it always ends up being like, oh, actually didn't need this extra
Isn't it
fixture.
better to bring extra and not have to scramble
Yeah, that's
for
why
it?
I haven't changed. I
Yeah.
always do that anyway. But it's like, I mean, I feel you're carrying more and you're peeling yourself.
Yeah. It's. I think it applies to when you travel out. Like when we traveled for Don Abel to Mexico, it's a lot to bring. You have to be really smart because you don't want to have too much because then you pay for your.
We brought everything we should have brought, though.
Yes,
I think we were
didn't
to
think
the
we missed
money.
anything.
But
Like
there's a risk, right?
there is a risk.
Yeah.
Because if you bring
Had
too
to go
much,
light.
say if you spent an extra $200 on your luggage and you didn't use anything in that luggage, that could happen.
Oh, yeah.
So I think planning,
Yeah.
like I'm telling, like pre-production is very big. If you ever
100%.
have to do a travel, like Steven has traveled, Josh has traveled to other locations, like out of state. I've done out of the country.
Yeah,
And
me
it's
too.
like you have to be smart with what you bring. Like don't overpack because it will screw you at the end. Because you remember,
Yeah.
you have 12 luggages
You
and
gotta
you're
pack
in an
wardrobe,
airport
too.
and you're out of the country.
Everything.
Something could get stolen.
Mm-hmm.
You could miss something, and that's happened before. So pre-production is very important. You talk to your heads, your HODs, your like head of departments.
Mm-hmm.
Ask them what we
Yeah.
need. And that's the biggest thing is communication. A big part of film is communication. If you miscommunicated something, someone's gonna bring the wrong thing, and then it's like, oh my god, we don't have this. What are we gonna do? Like it's stressful. So that's why pre-production is the most important part of film. Is if you plan
Yeah.
it with your friends, you plan it with
Yeah.
whoever you're doing it with, then you won't have the mistake when you're on set and you're just sitting there like trying to figure it out. So and that goes with crew as well.
Yeah.
So if you overhire crew or overbring crew, like you said, you have too many people. If you're gonna have a small set, 10 people, and you ask your set designer, "Hey, do you need someone else?" And he's like, "Yeah, bro, I'll bring someone myself, like one assistant." There you go. Don't go and say, "I'm gonna go hire 3 assistants for
Yeah.
the set" when you
Yeah.
don't need it. And I think we had that mistake on. Have we ever had that mistake before?
We did over maybe
On
on,
Don
Tate
Abel?
Man. No,
Tate
Tate Man.
Man.
No, Don Abel, I think we were to the number because there were times where they weren't needed and they were chilling, which is fine. But there was always
Yeah,
a
yeah,
need
there's-
every
yeah.
few hours,
Yeah.
every few minutes.
That is true. Yeah. So Tay-Man, I think, had that problem. Too many people there and like people just
Yeah.
chilling. So yeah, I
That's
mean,
how you learn,
Yeah,
and
Don
then you
Abel, end
realize-
of second day when everyone was cleaning, everybody was doing stuff.
very
Yeah.
true.
Everybody. So I
Yeah.
think we had the most there, but everybody had a role. But you can't avoid downtime. Like set design's done for an hour and a half. Like they're gonna have downtime.
Yep.
But the
And
issue
that's
is when
fine.
you have
Yeah.
too many people and there's extra downtime. So I don't think we had that on Don Abel. And then Mexico, we're skeleton as fuck.
Yeah, seriously. Me, Miguel,
Yeah.
Victor,
Ronnie Ariani.
Ronnie, and Ariani and Elijah.
Yeah.
And that's it. And
That was it.
Ariani was costumes and the rest of us were
Doing
like,
a couple things.
we're just a couple
We're
things,
just
yeah.
general crew.
Yeah, because
We were
Ariani,
wearing-
the costumes were a lot because there's a lot of people
And
that
we,
were doing
and we had
it.
an outsourced crew from Mexico. We had to get actors from Mexico.
Yes,
we couldn't fly out
that's true.
actors.
Yep,
Yeah.
they,
Too
they had.
expensive.
Yep. So that's what I'm saying. Like communication, like that. It's key.
Yeah, so
You
like
know?
for Don Abel, we reached out to our relatives who wanted to like, hey, we're interested in acting in this, and we reached out to them like a month or two in advance, because they were down to do it. But again, you just never know people's schedules, right? And even crew too, like reaching
8
out to them
talents out
before.
of Mexico. We had to
Yep.
get 8.
Yep. And it was really fun.
Yeah.
It was very that was a good example of a properly scheduled, very in detail
And
film.
and with that, with pre-production, like especially like with making such a DIY shorts,
Mhm.
you don't usually have access to a producer. So a lot of times
Nope.
you're having to wear
Self-producing.
multiple hats
Yep.
and trying to figure out not just the story side of things, but also the logistics. How are you going to get your crew? How are you gonna get locations? And that part's fun too. So it's like you can figure all that stuff out, and you kind of learn more about the different departments. You kind of respect the work that's put in. You know, eventually, once you get into a higher level, each category or each department is specific to a person. And so you start to kind of be more specialized. But in this moment when we're just making films for fun, you have the opportunity to learn about each different discipline. Well, obviously, once you get people who like know specific things like gaffing or lighting and stuff, that's their specialty. But like you still can learn a bit about what goes on. But
At
that's
this level, when you're making short films, you need to be. You're not a director. You're a filmmaker.
Yeah.
You need to wear
everything.
Yep.
You need to know how to do
hats.
Do it
everything
all.
because that like in this, especially in this environment in the industry right now, independents are coming up. Like
Yep.
they're
yeah, yes, we were just talking
Yeah,
about
we
that.
were talking about on the last
Yeah.
podcast.
and there's not going to be $1 million budgets for us to hire like a job, like just a person to do every little thing. And honestly, having quality people, like a director shouldn't just they shouldn't not know how to use a camera too. They shouldn't
Yep.
they should know how to use the camera just as good as the DP should. And I feel like
Man, I heard that. Amen.
yeah, it's
No,
Hey,
it's
the other
true.
big thing though, bro, that we forgot about this, the cheat code for everything is when you're saying favors, everybody has a specialty. Like Josh is top to bottom lights, owns it, but buys them, knows them in and out, and that's what he owns. So we don't have to go rent them out for thousands. Nate has a camera. Josh also has a camera. We don't have to go rent things out. Wardrobe, Miguel and I handle with sister. So sometimes I lend you stuff, him stuff, or whoever's needed, like warmer stuff. So and then even Corletto's got a focus puller. Ronnie's got a focus puller. Everyone's got resources that they put together.
Yep.
So if all your friends only own cameras, but no one's got no lighting, no dues, no pullers, lenses, like you're in
Sound.
trouble. Sound's the big
Yeah.
one.
or
Oh,
if
yeah.
all your friends are just I want to be a writer director.
Yeah, there
like
you go.
everyone in college right now,
Yeah.
and they don't own a camera. And like you guys all sounded like college professors right now. It's like you have a cinema camera in your pocket,
Yeah.
and you can go out and make a story. And yeah, that's true. But like you do at a certain level, you do end up needing a camera. I think the
Exactly.
point of them people saying like, oh, you can shoot a film on your phone is just the
Story.
You should
Story.
Yeah.
you
Story
should
is
start
king.
practicing story skills and
Exactly.
storytelling skills.
Yeah.
But don't. I mean, okay, I guess there have been movies like the guy that directed Anora did a feature on
Yeah.
his phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they had
right.
lenses on the
Exactly.
camera.
They have lenses
That's-
on
yeah.
their phones.
Expensive,
Yeah,
expensive
yeah.
lenses.
I think it is important to eventually get a camera and start taking it seriously. You
Absolutely.
can't forever shoot films on your phone.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But definitely start practicing storytelling skills with the cameras that you have available to you.
Yeah, it's a stepping stone, right? And but that's not a means to an end. It's just there just
Right.
to kind of get you. But that's true because you definitely at some point need to produce quality work.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you want to keep going up because especially with film festivals.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess that should go into like shooting schedules now, because we have shooting schedules and we want to talk about festivals and like BTS to kind of like send off because like finish the podcast like getting closer to the end. But like let's talk about the shooting schedule, like how we kind of like
Oh yeah,
go around a shooting schedule. You know, like I think the key is like on a feature set, I think they try to do like 10 shots or less a day, right? Is that what you guys did for yours?
oh yeah. How'd that go?
Or is
Yeah.
it you guys do more because you guys were such a small budget?
We did like 10 pages a day.
Oh, okay, well, that's a lot.
This
Wow.
feature?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
We finished a feature in 9 days.
Okay, I
Oh
was
my
like,
god.
is,
Okay.
is that how many days you guys had
Yeah.
for shooting?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Well,
yeah.
there, see, sometimes that
Yeah.
happens where you're stuck
Well,
like
you
that.
can be, and especially because our crew, we come from a background of like freelance and
Yeah.
just being able to run and gun.
Mhm.
And so we shot everything on a Komodo X. And
nice.
Oh wow, I like that.
yeah, and just all the locations were pretty like we would show up to the location and we wouldn't have a plan. We would just figure how to set everything up out. So like we'll show up and the director would be running through the blocking with the actors because it's the first time we're ever seeing this location while I'm figuring out how to rig lights and me and the DP are talking about where are we going to have the shots. So everything
Yeah.
was figured out on the spot.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
It sharpens
personally,
you.
yeah, it
Sharpens
does.
you.
It does. And
Nice,
Yeah, it
nice
sucks.
and sharp.
I love this job because now when I go to my own projects, I have the capability of doing that, but I'm gonna be like you said, sharper when creating my shot lists.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
feel,
On the Great Penny, hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean that's there's cases like that where like the production's like, oh, you're gonna have to have 9 days to shoot this. Like, oh my god, but
Yeah.
typically on that feature it's like three pages a day.
Mhm.
Like
How many
maybe
shots were in those 10 pages, Steven?
like each, I don't know. I guess standard coverage most of the time when we would go into it. So like over wide.
Mm-hmm.
But the director would have clear vision most of the time, where it's like, okay, but we also want this handheld shot of this interaction too.
Mm.
Yeah, because
So-
I'm thinking Miguel and Don Abel was able to pull over 180 shots in one day.
Yeah.
that
That was a crazy day. You were there. You were
yeah,
you
it
were
was-
there.
That was
Miguel was there.
yeah. That
Oh yeah, it
That's
was.
because we were
Yeah.
running out of time.
This
So,
is
Yeah.
this is one of those cases where we only had the location 2 days.
Yeah.
So
You have to
you
just
had
kinda
to
work with
get
it.
all the shots in, and it worked.
Yeah.
We did it. I mean, look, it's done. Movie's done. So it's like
Mhm.
it happened, but it was hard.
But hey,
you know,
look, I feel like this is the exact reason why independents are coming up, because if and it goes back to why we're so mad about having a big team. We need to step away from the old techniques of old Hollywood with having 100-person crews and taking their time on every setup. If we all know what to do and how to, like, because we're talking about short films right now, not features. But when it comes to making a feature, if you sharpen your skills while you make short films,
Yeah.
being able to run and gun like that, then when
yeah.
it comes to a feature, when you have a bigger budget, we'll be so much more efficient, and we won't need the millions of dollars that the industry is so used to having, and it'll be cheaper for us to pump out
Better
higher
stuff.
grossing films. Yeah.
Because the lower the budgets, the more a movie has at succeeding. Because now you don't have to be like, this movie has to make $1 billion because you just spent
You know, I like what
hundreds of
Steven
millions
just
of
said. I
dollars.
like what you just said. It because it increases also the box office performance. If you shave
Yeah.
off a couple mil, it's more likely to be successful and lead to another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then give you guys, because then sometimes there's some that are on the bubble. They only make 3-4 mil, but if you shaved off 11 mil from the bottom end and you're still gonna make that 22, instead of it costing you 19, it cost you 9, and now you've made 11 mil.
Yeah. Or you can
Yeah.
be putting that budget toward marketing, which is
P&A,
way more important than
Way more.
everything
Now
else.
it is. That's,
Might as
well-
Yeah.
that's why Undertone did. Weapons did good. It was all
yeah.
marketing.
Yeah.
yeah, digital marketing, man.
And I think it's just being smarter with how you spend your
Mhm.
money.
Yeah, I
like,
heard that.
you know, it's like finding ways to put the money. And also I think again it comes to pre-production, but also like you said, having a crew that is able to do multiple things, or even has the understanding to do multiple
Yeah.
things.
That's the most important part.
It just empowers everybody, right? And then it allows people to help each other out, right? And it just allows for that sense of like just stripping away just the business side of things, just like you as a filmmaker understanding holistically how everything works, right? Because then you can appreciate and respect what each department does on a morale level, where it's like, I know what you're doing. I know the amount of time it takes to do that, right?
Right. And it goes
Uh,
back to communication too.
yeah.
If you know what it, like, if the director has experience with camera, they know how to communicate to the DP what they
Yeah.
want out of it. And that just makes us a more succinct team to
Yeah.
create and output projects faster,
Yeah,
because your
of course.
communication is that much better.
Of course.
Yep.
Of course. And One But After Another is a great example, because that Paul Thomas Anderson is an indie filmmaker, but this was his highest budget film that he did. But he still treated it as an indie film. Like he still made sure that he had the essential crew, as opposed to overbloating the budget with, unnecessary roles. Like there's an Instagram called Aperture Lighting, and I think the gaffer on that project talked about how Paul Thomas Anderson wanted a smaller crew to treat it as his other films too, because he didn't want to just all of a sudden go from indie to big budget. He still wanted it to feel like it was indie, even though it was a higher budgeted film. And just look at the product there. Like it's like a 2.5 hour film, probably like $90 million, $100 million estimated budget, but like still, like you can see the scope in which they filmed this movie, and they use that mentality, which I really respect.
And there's more
'cause-
care in every shot
It-
when it's
that's- yeah.
indie, as opposed to factory, like a lot of these other
Yeah.
movies that are just coming out with a bunch of malarkey.
Yeah, absolutely.
You look tired, Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired of these movies coming out with motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's
Tell
true,
'em.
yeah.
Tired of
Yeah.
malarkey.
Tired, you tell him,
I'm
bro.
tired of these young filmmakers not getting an opportunity. I'm tired of these
Yeah.
OG
That's right.
guys that are just doing this stuff,
Yeah.
regurgitating the same franchise.
Yeah.
It starts with the short film, right? And I'm sick and tired of these short films getting no love because now you got a
Yeah.
campaign at these film festivals with money, expensive short films, $100,000. Why not the short film that gave everything they had for the low budget, like a Don Abel, a Stalker, those kind of things. Okay? And now, and these big film festivals, if you don't have marketing, all these festivals want now at this level, will your short film bring money to me? That's what they're wanting when it comes to
Yeah.
the time they screen it.
Yeah. That is important to keep in
Yeah.
mind. But like the
Yeah.
Sundances are also about nepos and like nepotism
Yeah,
now.
of
Like
course.
Sundance is full of
Of course.
nepotism.
Yeah.
And they should pick Don Abel when the time comes to submit because I think Don Abel's right up Sundance's alley, right up their alley.
Okay, but you're also talking about entertainment making money. Like that's what they care about. I feel like a lot of people at the short film level, like college level students and stuff, they forget that at the end of the day, you need to output a product that is entertaining. That's something
Yeah.
that is something that people go to the theater and pay for, and not something that's like a self-insert about yourself that's expressive and like means nothing to anyone else but you.
Yeah.
So you have to
Yeah.
keep in mind like you can make a story that means something to you, but it can't be entirely experimental and like meaningless. You have to kind of make something
Mainstream value.
entertaining.
It needs mainstream
Yeah.
value.
For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. If you want to get anywhere,
Yeah.
because it's all about bringing an audience, and
Yeah.
there's no audience for something that means nothing.
It's
Yeah.
you on your lunch in the park, like, bro. It looks beautiful, but man, ain't no one gonna watch you having lunch at the park by yourself
Yeah.
with a little squirrel saying hi to you, little Chester. They're like,
Yeah.
what is that? What is
That's a
that?
great point.
ASMR.
'Cause,
Now it's beautiful and we like it. It trains you, but that's not gonna get you to
Right.
the next level.
Yeah.
Like
Correct.
Damien Chazelle when he did Whiplash, it was a short.
Yeah.
It was personal, but he found a way to make it entertaining.
There you go.
He
Very,
found the
very.
conflict of you have Miles Teller's character, right, as the drummer, but you have the conflict of the instructor. He
Oh, yeah.
based it off of his own personal experience at music school,
I remember
but
that.
he
yeah.
didn't make it completely autobiographical. He then took that experience and made it fiction, and he had characters, and he obviously amplified these things. But that short film is available online. And when I was watching, like, I get it, because like it was a proof of concept, because he actually wrote the script for it. That's a specific scenario, but like it's like a proof of concept, right?
Yeah.
So it's personal, but the proof of concept is that there's a bigger story involved with this thing. So
And J. Jonah Jameson was
Yeah.
crazy in that film. Oh my god!
I
he was
mean,
on
they
another
had the
level.
benefit of
Another
having
level.
him in there,
Yeah.
but like even if you don't have any sort of backing with like producers or actors, just to your point, Steven, it's like having it be something that can be entertaining in a way where it can be marketable. It
And,
can be something
relatable.
relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I'm sure everyone with
or
the passion.
interesting. You're like, wait, I haven't heard of this type of topic
Yeah.
before, right? But that's the thing; it has to be somewhat entertaining because the vehicle is how do you get this to as many audiences
You know,
as
that's
possible?
actually a good set lead off point to festivals. Because like, okay, you make a movie, right? And it's a short film, but it's a horror short film. And you submit it to TIFF. Is it gonna make it? Probably not.
No.
Because TIFF has every festival has a certain type of movie that they're looking for, right? But you know, it's really hard. You know, I feel like it's a lottery. Sometimes, like, you know, sometimes when I watch some of the short films at Telluride Film Festival, I was like, how did this get there? Like, I was like, because Telluride's a very prestigious film festival. It's really hard to get in. Like, it's like 1 in like 1,000, maybe 1 in 2,000. I don't even know what's the margins there, but it's like really hard to get in. And I saw him like, how did this get in? But it's like, you would watch all the other movies at Telluride, and there's a specific I can't even say it.
Pacific.
Pacific vibe that they look
Pacific,
for.
for the Pacific Ocean.
But there's a vibe that every
Totally,
festival
dude.
looks for. So like for Stalker, I submitted to TIFF. I didn't get in, but I'm starting to see a trend. All of the film festivals I get into is horror, Halloween, monster film festivals, and I just got into a film festival called Halloween Short Fest, and it's like it's a festival that happens on Halloween, I think. Because it says Halloween Short Fest, or it's a Haunted House Short Fest, but it's the week of Halloween, or it's a week in October. So I think you have to really pay attention to like that. Like, don't be like disappointed if your film doesn't get into the big ones like Sundance or TIFF or Telluride or like any of the big ones or Tribeca, because it's hard. Like those ones are hard. You have to have more than $100,000 in your film.
Yeah.
Like At least I don't know. Like it's hard, you know.
And
It's,
I'll say even like just having submitted Done Able to film festivals, I'm like also realizing too that now just with the changing landscape of the industry, it's not just submitting to film festivals. I feel like that worked in like the older sense back in the 90s, where like film festivals just had more of a prestige, and also the market wasn't so saturated with short films, that even just having your films posted online on YouTube, you know, like have just as much impact,
Dylan Clark.
you know, like again, you never know, but like even just saying like even if you don't have the budget for a short film or for film festivals, just put them on YouTube, you know, because you never know.
Someone might see it.
Yeah,
An
exactly.
agent might see it.
But also,
you know?
it's a platform. You don't need to rely on like other organizations to showcase your film. You can just put it online.
Campaign it,
You know,
like
but
literally.
give it a
Marketing
shot.
is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Campaign the hell out of your short if it doesn't make it to festival circuits, because
Mhm.
you could make a story, you could introduce yourself online, you could like show everything, show all the hard work you put
Yeah.
into it, and you know it will trend a little, like you know it might trend if you really work hard on it, and then
Yeah.
you post it on YouTube, and it gets millions of views, and then an agent sees it. That's what happened to Dylan Clark.
And then
Like,
it's,
it's-
And Kane
and Kane
Pixels.
Parsons.
Kane Parsons.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Kim Parsons. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
yeah,
like
and Kim Parsons.
just do it.
Look, I say that because it gives us like sometimes we feel like we don't have the ability to promote things, but really we have it at our disposal, and we also have more control over how we go about it. You know, we
Yep.
can be our own marketing team, or just being able to do that. And I think that's the part that is exciting, is being able to utilize that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's look, you're on this every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to take much for you to go and post your short film, like a snippet of it or a
Yeah.
picture, a script, and say, this is coming soon. And then you talk about it, record yourself, talk about what it is, talk about how much you love it, market it. And then, you know, eventually it'll get out there, and who knows? You never know. It's a luck of the draw. You know, it's a lottery. You know, sometimes your film gets like, everyone loves it, you know? Like I was did for Tape Man, we tried to market it really well. It just didn't, you know, something doesn't happen sometimes, you know? So
And then you just gotta work on the next one.
just work on the
Yeah.
next one. You know, look, money comes and goes, but your time
Mhm.
doesn't. So make your time like worth it.
And going
know?
back to what Steven was saying, it's like you're probably not going to see any sort of return on investment.
Nope.
Really, what it
There's no
matters is your
ROI here.
portfolio. Like
Yeah.
you're building your portfolio. So like treat this as an investment, right? Like you're not gonna like don't think that this is gonna be something you're gonna make money off of
Yep.
it. If anything,
You're
this
gonna
is-
lose money on short
you're gonna-
films.
Yeah, but that's totally fine. Like the point
gonna
is that
lose
you're
money.
investing money in something that's productive, that's creative, and that could generate
You gain
something.
wisdom.
Yeah, exactly. You learn a lot about who you are as a filmmaker, as a leader, right? As a team player, and maybe eventually on whatever number of short film you're making, that's the one that kind of hits. But that's because you've been going on this journey and being willing to invest. You know, not just in making films, but in yourself as a creative.
Yep.
Which I feel is important.
Exactly. It's true. It's very true. I mean, none of us are gonna ever get our money back for all the films we made, but we gained so much wisdom. We learned, like every short film after
Knowledge.
is knowledge.
Mhm.
We get
Experience.
better in our future. Like we're gonna look
Reps.
back on the short films, and be like, wow, like we all did all that, and look where we are now. Like it's like just keep working on it.
And
You
then
know?
you guys all went to film school, huh?
No.
If it
None of you guys
classifies,
did?
it,
I went to UCI.
You guys went to college.
I went to
Yeah, we
UCI
went to
film
not
school.
Film school specifically.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
oh wow, okay.
And
Yeah.
UCI's film school is not film school.
'Cause I feel like it's more important to put. Well, in my opinion now, like looking back at everything, it's more important for me to put my money into making short films rather than paying a tuition, just because that's like first of all the jobs that I've gotten in the industry have not asked for my degree, one, and then
Mhm.
two, the short
never.
films in the portfolio that I've built is what is speaking for me
Exactly.
and for those jobs. So
Yeah.
it's way more important to
yeah,
I
and
agree.
they look at your portfolio, they see it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
You're
it-
Steven Ramos.
and I guess another thing is important to that is you should make a website. I made my first website
Oh yeah.
for my portfolio,
Mhm.
and it's if you want to look
What'd
it
you
up,
use?
Squarespace,
Okay. Not sponsored.
paracorestudios.com. And you just go and you see all the stuff I've done. And that's another thing that companies will look for. Like, oh, do you have a portfolio? And you show all your work. It's like a resume for film. Like
yeah.
it's
Yep.
it's not words. You're gonna show your work that you've done. And if you have all these different shots, you're like, oh my god, this guy shot like 10 films.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he has a lot to show for.
Mhm.
Or even if you're gonna do a job at like you're gonna be a head of the social media, and they want to see like what you've done, like because sometimes people they will use film to get better, and maybe like they make social media skits, and that's fine too, because that is a way to make a living. And
Sounds like somebody I know.
it sounds like someone I know exactly.
Mhm.
So it's there are so many outlets to this, and I think it's important that you do the short films and like you learn, like you just keep making them to learn more, and you
Mhm.
eventually build a really nice portfolio up.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Short films are your classroom.
yeah,
Yeah.
straight up.
Absolutely.
That's a great way, and
Yep.
your network as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like
exactly.
me and
That's me people. Yeah.
I'm very biased against film school, but like there's uses for it,
of course,
and you'll get a lot out of
No,
like
I-
you can go to film school, but you need to be making your own stuff
yeah,
while you're there,
No,
Exactly.
I
or
agree.
you're gonna fall behind.
You got a
the-
network.
The important
Yeah.
the important thing is to be able to learn the things you want to learn and like not rely so much on an institution to kind of teach you. You have to
Mhm.
be proactive and teach yourself. And like you have YouTube. Like YouTube, there's so many people that post their knowledge and wisdom online, and it's free. It's just
Yeah.
a matter of like, are you willing to go in and learn it? I agree. Because
Yeah.
like even like for me, I don't advocate for like you having to pay an arm and a leg to go to school
Mhm.
and hoping that that's gonna generate something.
Mhm.
It's like you go in and learn however you want. You can learn anywhere. Learning is
Like
a
us right
lifelong
now.
thing. You
like
know?
you're listening to us right now.
So I agree with you. It's like if you can if you want to go for an experience, go for it. But like it's not necessary. Like you can do it however you want. That's if you're passionate enough to learn.
I mean that's good. I love that. I guess this was we were at the end of this episode because we
Already?
got through a lot of it.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
That's
Sucks.
so quick.
We
We're-
gotta have Steven back on.
We,
For
we
sure,
have
dude.
to reoccurring.
Yeah.
Every
but
time Ronnie needs to use the restroom.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
he'll just take his place.
Yeah.
Yep.
But is
I'm
there
in there. I'm in the restroom.
Oh.
Yeah, you're
Waiting.
ready.
um
Love
is
it.
is there any last minute send offs that we want to share with anyone before we leave?
Yeah, Victor. I know
Oh.
he told me he wanted to.
Yeah, I want to tell everyone to keep creating, keep it cool, clean, and crispy, and give it everything you've got. You gotta put your hand in the cookie jar. And that's
Yeah.
all I gotta say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really hope that this helps you guys because we were at this point where we're like, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that, I don't know how to do this, I don't know where to start. He's showing his feet again.
There it is.
Socks though.
Viewership
They need
not-
to earn my feet again for the next one.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
2,000 subs.
Yeah,
you get another
2,000
one.
subs will show
we
us
get
feet
2,000
again.
subs. Yeah.
Some guys probably like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Instead of making fake accounts, spam.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything from you guys, Miguel and Steven?
I'll just say I'm very inspired by everybody here. Just seeing like your level, your guys' level of passion, your wisdom at such a young age is very inspiring to me, and I'm just excited to see what you guys do. And on top of that, just like I don't know, it's just I'm very fortunate to be working with you guys and know you guys at a certain capacity
Yeah,
because
Me too.
I come from animation, and so having learned the ins and outs of live action, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of dedication, but oh my god, like when you put the things together, it's incredible. So hopefully, like that's something to inspire people to. It's gonna be difficult, but like trust me, like once you put everything together, oh my god, like it's just magical.
Worth it.
It's magic.
Well, we could say that. I mean, I could say the same for you too, because
Yeah.
your art form is on a different level where, like, I can't comprehend how you can
I can't draw
illustrate a poster like this or
like that.
do the storyboards
them.
for the films that you've done and like
Donnie,
everything
appreciate
you've
it.
worked on. So
Hey, but there's another big thought along with what you
appreciate
guys
it.
were saying
Mm.
is that the last thing we didn't tell the viewers, and this is the biggest note, the biggest gem for you viewers, right? You cannot be soft and you cannot be slow to move. You cannot be passive, right? Steven, on any set, now real talk, if something needs to get done, he's the first one running, sprinting. Obviously, you don't do it to an extent, but if you need someone to step
Yeah.
up, put their life on the line, Steven, I know it's not your job, get this done.
Mhm.
He's the first guy that gets it done, steps up. And that's the way some people we've been on sets and they're so lazy. Oh my God. Stop being so freaking lazy. If you're lazy, you're never going to make it at the next level. No one's going to want you back. If there's 10 people and 3 of the hardest working, everyone's lazy, I'm cutting everyone. I'm going with Steven.
that's hilarious. You
It's the
mentioned that. I
truth.
feel like my boss would say the same thing. He'd be like, well, because he always tells me the first day I saw you, I asked for a battery and you sprinted to your car. And I knew it. I knew then we got to get this guy on salary.
That's a wrap.
We
That's
gotta
all
get
you
down
need
the
to do.
payroll.
Give it everything
That's
you
a wrap.
freaking got.
Literally, yeah, but I mean, if you ever get on like a big feature, they
act like a
won't
jackass
they won't
either.
let you run. They don't let you run.
Yeah,
They're
don't
like,
act like an idiot either. We're not telling you to run
Yeah.
everywhere, hot coffee running around.
Yeah.
Don't be an idiot. Like, use your common sense, but go hard.
yeah, always go hard.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
And Steven was willing to get put through a table for me.
A couple
He jumped
times.
off the roof for me on our set. So whoever's running that set,
That's true.
he
Yeah.
gives it everything he's got, and that's all I got to say about that.
Aw.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that's it for
That's
that. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
This was so much fun though, guys.
I'm glad you were here, and we'll see you again soon.
Thanks for having us on. Thanks for coming on.
We'll see you guys. See you guys later. Have a great one.
All right.